Hey everybody, it's Blue10 and this is the third recording of this video. Oh dear, I just bumped my desk. Last time we went to the Eastern Palace and got our first pendant. Over there. The Pendant of Courage. And got all the way to the desert, and now we're singing. So let's end, now that we do that, we can now enter the temple. Because these things will move, and this guy's still following me. So, let's see if I can hit him. Just need to hit him like that, and we got a bomb. But this is my first profile, which I'm doing again. Because I saved on my actual profile, and then I didn't save on this one, so I can still record from this point. But I had to go through the Eastern Palace again just to get here on this profile. So this is I don't know why that guy across the room could see me. Hopefully I don't die. I also had to get some extra stuff along the way, like a bottle in the Book of Mordor. I believe it's Mordor. Anyway. But let's see if I don't lose it this time, because the first time I recorded this, the video didn't record. Then the second time, about like halfway through, the sound didn't record. And now I'm recording again. So we just got the map. But now we need to go over here because there is a key next to this Beamos who will try shooting me. But this guy, this tablet says, because I can touch it and then Sharahushla will talk to me. Listen, it is I, Sharahushla. You must never fail to find all the treasures in each dungeon. So what he's saying is, like, you'll need all the keys in each dungeon. I think he's also referring to, like, the boss key, the big key that is. I'm going the wrong way. Because in this room, you can only escape by pressing that button there. But, you know, you need to collect everything that you need, like the bow. You need to get that into this dungeon, otherwise you can't continue. Going up there is a trap, and you will get, like, there's just lots of enemies over there. So it's not too bad, but still you want to avoid that because you might die in there. Especially if I've got, like, low hearts, which I don't really now, but I did before. So, up there we could hear some sort of thumping noise. Don't know exactly what it is, but well, I do know what it is, but because I've recorded this, like, this is my third time recording it, and hopefully don't have to record it anymore. But here is the compass, and now we've got the map and the compass. And if we get through this room quickly, the big key. That means we have everything we need in the dungeon really at the moment. Also, the Beamos can't get you if you're behind one of these statues, so just hit the statue and won't hurt you. Anyway, going back over to the other side of the dungeon, the items won't respawn for a while now. You might need to leave the dungeon and come back if you really want to get items from those. But going down here now, actually no, going back up here, well, I'm very good at missing this exact thing, because I did this, like, in all of my recordings so far. So I'm going to quickly get all these items from underneath these pots. Because there's also the door up there. I didn't go up there because we needed the big key, and that's the item right there. We got the power glove, and now we can pick up stones. I didn't note that, like, I didn't say anything about that in the first and second recordings. But now let's go over here. Oh, not. Oh. But anyway, we want to go down. Oh. Those I forgot to mention that in the second recording. But those are, like, whirlpool thing, sand pool things. In the first recording of this, I didn't find that block, because even though I was pushing all of them, I still couldn't do it. But in this room is some fairies, like, I showed that off in the second version, But I tried pushing every single block and I couldn't find it on the first recording. But now that we've gone through there, going down here, there is a piece of heart which would be your second piece of heart if you had gotten the one on the east side of the desert, but this is my first profile, so I don't have it. So this is... I'm doing pretty fast at this. Also, they can't hit you through these blocks. But now you want to stand in this doorway and not do anything, because these tiles will just fly at you, but they can't get you as long as you're in the doorway, so you should be fine. What's that sound? Comment down below. Now we just have to wait for all these to go away before we can actually do anything else. But tile floors will most likely have one of these, but it will always make this shape so you can know how many there are left. And now you can also use a sword on them if you really don't feel comfortable with them flying at you. But now that that's done, we can go upstairs, and we got a key from under that pot to open that door to get up here. And now we have to kill these guys and avoid the beamos. I really want that red rupee. But the counters will actually change because I'm still going to be using my main profile, which I made in the first video. Now going into here, we are close to the boss now. But I want that rupee. I'm just wanting rupees, even though I'm going to lose them at the end of this. We want to go up here, pick up this pot, and pick up that the key. What am I thinking? And then we can go through here, and then there's another tiled floor, which you can guess is more danger. But I don't know why. Like at this point in the recording, I lost my my sound, as in my audio, my talking. I didn't want to make a podcast out of it, so now I'm here and it should be working by the looks of it. On the side of my screen, it's still making waveforms of sounds, so that should be good. And now, as you can see by in front of that door is a skull. We're getting close to the end of the dungeon. But now, if you look at this outer wall thing, there is a strip of something or whatever going around the outside of the tiles. But once it gets to that wall over there, it just disappears. So what you want to do is pretty obvious. You want to light these up, and then the wall is alive! Okay, I've still got my sound by the looks of it, hopefully. Otherwise I'm in trouble again and have to record this a fourth time. Or I could just get my audio going again. But now we can see that's the end of the wall. And also if you had a look at your map, you could see that it was missing. Okay, so now we have bosses, because it's 3 in 1. But you want to hit their heads and make sure when they're coming out that you are aligned, because stuff will come out and it will hurt you if you're in line with it. So I won't be so here-ish. Oh dear, this would be bad. Okay, so but they'll all go into their little caves and shoot things at you. I'm doing a fair bit of damage. I did my best the first round, like first recording, but then I did a little bit worse the second one, and it just went on forever. Hopefully this one doesn't go on forever, but it seems to be going pretty fast now that I'm hitting them a lot more. Okay, so I believe after you hurt one, it sort of speeds up possibly, but I could be wrong. I think it doesn't really, but yeah, it might. Some people might comment. Just comment on the video if you think it does or not. Oh. Okay, now they're going a bit crazy. Okay, that's one down. Now that there's 2, we're gonna be careful. but in a second, because I'm pretty sure I'm doing a fair bit of damage to them at the moment. If we can just get one and hit it. No. Okay, I'm probably getting close. Probably. Okay, there we go. Now, this last one we'll be shooting in 4 more directions, so you want to be like sort of here-ish, and as you can see, it just went everywhere. But now that that's done, you can walk in the middle-ish a bit more because there's nothing else that can possibly hurt you. So just remember that the spin attack will be very good against it because it does like more damage, I think. But other than that, you should be good. As well, fairies will be helpful, but as you can see, I don't need them. There's our heart and the pendant of power. You won the pendant of power. Your goal of finding 3 pendants is in sight. Go for the last one. Now, that one was the Pendant of Power, which in later games, because power would be red in later games and wisdom would be the blue one. Yes, the last one that I have to get is wisdom, the last pendant, that is. But I thought that was an interesting fact, how it was those colours, but different in this game. But anyway, moving on, this guy is following me, so I'm going to kill him. But over here, we can see that there is a thing up there, but we can't do anything with that until later. So, as well, there's some rocks to get into the second part of the dungeon up there. But because now we can lift them with power gloves, we could get through there. But all over the map of Hyrule, there is these rocks, and we can also lift these big ones. So this guy's going to give us rupees the longer he's alive, but he will die from just losing all his money, which sounds fairly greedy if you ask me. But down here there is rupees underneath all these pots, so a fair bit of rupees. I don't know how much exactly, but it's like 5 rupees, and then just, I don't know, I think it's about 10, so it's about 50 rupees here. So this guy says, check out the cave east of Lake Hylia. Strange and wonderful things live in it. So we're going to be going to Lake Hylia, which if I bring up my map is probably that big amount of water over there. And if you looked at it closely, it looked like there was a cave nearby. So we have to look at that. So also we can lift these rocks because of their colour and all that, and power gloves. But this one we can't, so we're going to have to do something with that later. I keep looking over at my my sound and making sure it's recording, because I really don't want to have to record this all over again. But now that we've done that, do I want to go this way? Yeah, I'll go this way. Yes. I'm already going this way, so might as well. So actually, in here is a minigame. We can pay 20 rupees to open a chest, and you can either get 1 rupee, 20 rupees, or 100 rupees. The first time I tried this, I got 1 rupee, but then on the second recording of this, I didn't actually get anything because I forgot to do it. No, I guess it's not 100 rupees, so it's just 50. Okay. I know there's one somewhere that you can do, like 100, 200, 300 or something. Just something really high. I think that's at the top of the forest, which I'll look at some point. But for now, I'm just going to leave that. There's nothing else here in the village, so let's just go up. And up. And if we go into here, which I talked about this in the first video, but there's a fortune teller guy. And if we ask him to tell our fortune, you'll meet a Zora living in the lake at the river source. Okay. So that he just told us what we're going to be doing next, and in fact, that is what we're doing next. Like, probably in the next video. In fact, I've already got the thumbnail for that video fixed up, and it's got a Zora in it. Spoiler. But you know, that's what we're doing next. Because there was a rock that I saw at one point, which is going there. So you'll find out where Zora's main, like the Zora River is, by looking at that. But in this tomb, there's hearts in pots. Don't think about that too hard. Nothing in the middle pots. So over here we have arrows, and then we have bombs, and then we have 300 rupees. It's not required, but it's worth it. I've also got the mushroom because of this being a re-record. And of course the mushroom's been at that lady for a while, so we're gonna have to check that out as well. So going back upstairs, just remember not to die, but I've got more hearts this time, so I might actually be able to pull it off, but I'm not going to do it to find out, because it's just going to be too easy now that I've got bombs and stuff like that. So Zelda's still here, but not much happening else. Not much else happening here. Going out here. Don't think there's anything else around here that I can really do. Guys follow me. But that is it for this episode. Because we got through the Desert Palace, we got the Power Gloves, and we got next time on Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, we're gonna find out what else we can do with our Power Glove around Hyrule. Like, for example, there's these rocks right here that I can now throw. Sometimes there can be stuff under them, but it doesn't happen very often. But anyway, see you guys then. Don't get interrupted in the video outro. Anyway, see you guys then.